And most people think it's time, but you don't need time, you need focus. So if you want to be more focused with your business and focused with your life, whether it's getting in shape, relationships, or even being more present with what you do every day, you have to understand every time you're like having a break and then you go onto Instagram and you literally just scroll through mindless garbage, your brain is constantly looking for distractions and dopamine. Now what happens is when you try and come back to being focused and doing your work, your brain can't concentrate on the task because it's like agitated. It's trying to look for something that's easy. So this is something that can massively disrupt entrepreneurs. I see a lot of people who can't get tasks done because they're constantly in this type of state. Now, the way your brain essentially works is on a very simple thing, which is your neurons. Now, the way your brain works is you use it or lose it. Same if you're looking to get jacked and to go to the gym, right? If you stop training, you get smaller. So the big thing you have to use, you actually have to use your brain every single day. Now, the other thing we also have in terms of the actual brain rot from things like Instagram is what? Right now we have ChatGPT and AI. Now, this is the most powerful tool that's completely changing the world and will continue to dominate over the next 10 years. And if you look at things like OpenClaw that's just come out, some stuff you can do is completely wild, but that's a completely different video. Now, the problem with ChatGPT and AI is if you're watching this video right now and you are starting to try and delegate all of your thinking to this, you are literally making yourself more stupid. And this means that the smart people who can do this, which is focus, will start to get more and more of an advantage over you because they can do the most powerful thing, which is critical thinking. Because AI doesn't have intuition. AI doesn't have emotion. It can't see perspective. Human beings can. And this is why you have to maintain your ability to actually think properly, which is what's getting disrupted by you going on Instagram, scrolling through cat videos, fucking using ChatGPT to tell you like how many times, how long do you need to put your fucking toaster in the toaster for? Like some things you actually need to think and use your brain for, because otherwise you start to lose that cognitive horsepower. This is actually why if you're into sport, for example, like I've started taking up tennis because I'm going to go into Richard Branson's Necker Island at the end of the year. Tennis is actually one of the best sports for longevity. Why? Hand-eye coordination, your brain has to think very fast. And then also you have a lot of like side-to-side kind of movement. Now, this keeps your brain very active, which means you have that use it or lose it function. So this is one of the big things I see happening right now where people are actually struggling from a decision-making standpoint because they're trying to outsource everything. Now, the other thing you have to look at is the time cost. So what I want you to do right now is go on your iPhone, look at your screen time. How much time are you actually using social media for? Because the average person actually does about 3 to 4 hours a day, which is fucking retarded. What you actually want to do if you're watching this video right now and you want to run a business and you want to be successful is think about this. You want to be you want to be a creator, not a consumer of content. Now you have to consume some to kind of see what's working in the marketplace, but your primary function is creating content, not consuming content. And this is also where you have to understand that why most people from a business perspective, creative perspective, it's like the blind leading the blind, because a lot of people just follow what everyone else is doing and follow kind of the narrative, which is why they get the same results as everyone else. So one of the other things you also want to think about doing is the opposite. If you do the opposite in life, you often get the best results. So what I think is going to happen, so from a creative standpoint, and is already happening right now, is very raw and authentic content. Like this video is not scripted at all. So I could script this on ChatGPT and we could use a teleprompter and script the whole thing, but this is authentic and just off the top of my head. So this is an important thing for you to also understand, is that if you can see the kind of patterns that work and you focus on being a creator and not consumer, again, what are you doing? You're reinforcing of using your brain, increasing the critical thinking, and you're going to start to remove some of the BS, which is affecting most people from an intelligence standpoint. Now, I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars online. And guess what? So have all my friends. And do you know what they don't do? They don't go on short form content. They all detest short form content. They all don't like going on Instagram. They don't like going to these kind of platforms because it has very low value. And one of the biggest things you have to look at if you want to be really successful, it's how do successful people think? How do they act? How do they conduct themselves? What are the daily habits they have every day? And if you look at like the way habits kind of work with your brain and like neurons in the brain, the more you're doing something, the more you're reinforcing this message. So the longer you're doing these type of things, the more it's going to get reinforced. And then the more you start to kind of come out of these patterns and you realize, for example, for me personally, every time I go on short form content, I don't feel good. I generally try and stay off of it because I don't want to look at reels because it just puts me in a bad mood. There's not a lot of value you can get from that. But what you can get a lot of value from, which I see a lot of people who are successful do, is they absorb a lot of long form content, podcasts, YouTube, interviews, reading articles, reading books. Why? Because that has depth. And that's how you can get a huge amount of value. It's not a 30 to 60 second viral clip. It's maybe a 5 to 10 minute video that's very, very in depth. Now, if you enjoyed the clip, the huge thing that's happening right now is the AI revolution. This actual video and clip was fully clipped and posted by AI. No human being was involved. And this is exactly how you scale your business faster than ever before, is you use these types of tools. Yet most people are oblivious to them and don't even know how to do this. And if you're a business owner, a content creator, or a coach, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using AI, ads, and all the latest technology that's going to give you an unfair advantage, hit the link at the bottom of this video. You can book in a call with us and the team. We will audit your whole business, show you exactly how we can install some of these systems for you. And if we think you're a good fit, we can show you what that looks like.